I.S.U.P.K.
That you can be whatever you want to be. You can't be a homosexual according to the Lord, man. You can't do that, man. You understand? And this is why the Lord called you a Gentile. He called you a Gentile for this. Give me the definition of Gentile. Gentile usually means a non-Israelite people. It usually means a non-Israelite people. Given the context of the scriptures. Given the context of the scripture, it usually means that. Now give me the definition, Hellenist. Hellenist. I'm going to show you that the white man who you love so much knows that you are not an African. He knows exactly who he got in slavery out here, man. He knows. You understand? Read. Hellenists, non-Greeks who spoke Greek. What? Non-Greeks who spoke Greek. That's what a Gentile was that Christ was sending his disciples to. They were non-Greeks who spoke Greek. Like the so-called Mexicans today. We know they're not Spanish. They non-Spanish that speak Spanish. The Negroes in America today. We ain't English. You understand? We non-English people that speak English. You understand? But really, we the children of the Most High. We the Israelites. You understand? That's why they called us Gentiles. Is there more on that? A term used specially of Jews. What? A term used specially of Jews. What? A term used specially of Jews. Who the Jews? We the Jews. That's right. Read. Who made Greek their tongue. Who what? Made Greek their tongue. The same way you want to, how the Mexicans are speaking Spanish. That's what happened. They made that their tongue. But their common ancestral tongue is Hebrew. Sounds a little bit like this. SHALAM, SKYPE. Sounds like that. That's what it sounds like. Right. Not Spanish. That ain't their tongue. You understand? Read that again. Non-Greeks who spoke Greek. A term used specially of Jews who made Greek their tongue. We are considered the Gentiles in the Bible. Now the word Gentile continue, like I said, it usually means non-Israelite people. So the word Gentile just means nations. You understand? I'm going to show you in the scriptures that we were dispersed throughout the nations, meaning we were scattered among these nations, because when I read to you in Deuteronomy, when I had the brother read to you the word of the Lord that said in Deuteronomy that if we don't keep all his commandments, that we would be sent into slavery. You understand? Well, we got scattered among all these nations. That's why you can go to Korea and they got Israelites in Korea. You can go to Vietnam, you got Israelites in Vietnam. Why? Because black men and Mexicans was going over there and fighting that Vietnam war and having sex with whores. And what they do, they leave. But that whore got pregnant by them. And so there's Israelite people everywhere. You understand? Read that one more time for me. Non-Greeks who spoke Greek, a term used specially of Jews who made Greek their tongue. Now give me that. Can I get that 70 AD? That 70 AD? And let me get Babylon from Timbuktu. Let me get that. Baba Kashan. I'm gonna show you in history. You don't need that no more. I'm gonna show you in history real quick. You understand? What happened in 70 AD? I want you to read where that shield is at. You understand? This right here This right here, this is what happened in 70 AD. You understand? The white man made war against the state of Israel. You understand? Let's read it. Read.
Babylon from Timbuktu. From Babylon to Timbuktu in the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem.
They captured Jerusalem. A white army who was Romans under General Pompey captured Jerusalem. This is right before Christ was born. That's why when you read in the Bible, we was under the Roman captivity. We had to pay taxes to Caesar. That's why. This is what happened in history. It's validated. Go look it up. Read.
In 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state.
Now, in 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state. You understand? This is what happened in 70 AD. They carrying our stuff up out of Jerusalem. Read on.
With great slaughter.
With great slaughter. Read.
During the period of the military governors of Palestine.
Read on.
Many outrages and atrocities.
Many outrages and atrocities. Read.
Were committed against.
Were what?
Committed against the residue of the people.
Meaning they put great slaughter on the state of Jerusalem. And the people who was left that didn't flee and go disperse into Africa and all these other countries because they was escaping the persecution and war and death from white people then. Those people, read on.
During the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa.
That's how we got into Africa. So there's missing history that the white man's given us, right? It's got to be some missing history since this is the white man's history. He knows what he did to us, man. He knows where we went down into Africa. And we went down into Africa with the law, statutes, and commandment of the Most High. That's how we went down into Africa and conquered it. We went down there with lances and swords and bigger technology than these 50 Africans got. And that's where you get the kingdom of Judah that was in Africa. You understand? The white man knows that you not no Africans. Read on.
Fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery.
The same way we trying to flee from everything the white people doing but don't know how. We ain't got no avenue. That's why we out here in this corner trying to give you an avenue. We trying to give you some rest. We trying to give you some shelter. We trying to give you some comfort from these scriptures. The scriptures say that they was made for our comfort. You understand? So this is where you gonna get your freedom up out of, man. Not by being with no Black Panthers. They got it all wrong. Not by being with Louis Farrakhan. He got it all wrong. Following Martin Luther King, he got it all wrong. We gotta separate, man. And we gotta come back to our culture, which is the law, statutes, and commandments, man. And this Bible, man. You understand? Read on.
The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves.
Read that again in case they didn't hear you.
The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves.
What?
Full of black Jewish slaves.
The slave markets in America were full of what?
Black Jewish slaves.
Did it say black African slaves? Black what?
Jewish slaves.
Sister, you not no African. You are an Israelite by blood.
That's right.
That's right.
That's what you are. So stop trying to be a damn filthy African. If you are African, once again, go put a plate in your lip.
We want no cowards in our camp,